Okay, we moved up to the finishing straight, and we've got quite a few cars up here, as you can see, all around us. And one of the more striking ones here is a Noble, a fairly rare breed. And we've got Stephen here, who's the owner of the Noble, and he's going to tell us all about it. Hi, Stephen.
Hi. Well, this is my Noble M400, the last of the design of this certain pattern of car. They started off with the M12, which was a 2.5, then went to the 3 litre, and then went to the 3R, and this was like the final design of that model.
So final iteration of this sort
of
shape.
Of car, yeah. I think they made them to about 2006.
Okay.
This is a 2004 Ford V6 twin turbo.
Right. Okay. And this is rear engine.
Rear mid-engine.
Or mid-engine. Yeah.
Yeah. This one's been slightly tweaked on power.
Okay.
It's a great track day.
A lot of these probably have been tweaked a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah.
So what sort of power are we getting out of this then?
500.
About 500 horsepower. Yeah.
Over 500, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we go and have a look at the engine now then?
Okay.
There we go. So we open this, the whole back opens up.
Lift up the clam.
Okay, and there it is.
There it is.
All its glory.
Yeah. Steel chassis.
Yeah.
There's obviously the engine's transverse.
Yeah.
So you've got the clutch this side and gearbox.
Okay.
You've got the air filters here. You've got one turbo down here, which gets nice and hot underneath where the bulkhead is.
Yeah.
And you've got one underneath the intercooler, which is down here.
All right, so underneath there,
Yep.
we've got another. So
Yep.
you've got twin turbo. What size engine did you say it was?
3 litre.
So 3 litre.
There's
V6, is it?
V6,
Yeah.
V6 Ford,
Okay.
out of the Ford ST220.
Right.
Developed by Porsche actually, used by Jaguar, the V6, and used by Ford as well. So it's quite a highly developed 24 valve engine. Yeah, loads of torque.
What is the performance on this then?
Well,
There's 0 to 60.
Well, around 3 seconds.
Is it?
If you got some grippy tires, yeah, it has been done. But obviously it is a track day car.
Yeah.
Quite low. It's just great fun, and because it's lightweight, good British cars lightweight. You know, like a Lotus, you just get.
So this is all fiberglass.
It's all fiberglass. Yeah.
So we've got a pretty lightweight vehicle. It's not huge, is it?
No. 1,200 kilos.
About 1,200 kilos, is that?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not bad, is
it's
it?
quite lively, and obviously
lively.
no driving aids. Oh, it's got power steering, but that's about it.
Right.
No ABS or traction control.
Okay, so he's going to open up and we'll have a quick look inside there. What's it like for comfort, or don't we worry about that sort of thing?
Well, surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. Lee Noble designed the chassis, designed the car, and to be quite honest, I've got a Z4 BMW, and it's more this is more compliant on the road than that.
Is it?
Yeah, because the chassis is so stiff.
Yeah.
You can soften the suspension.
Right.
So, yeah.
So
Everyone says how soft it feels on the road.
That's surprising, because you'd expect it to be quite.
No, it's not at all.
firm,
Not at all. Not at all.
So it's all right for your back then.
Yeah, it's great. It's just getting in and out.
Yeah.
You have to.
Pretty low, isn't it?
You have to practice that, otherwise you look a bit of an idiot at the petrol stations.
Yeah. It hasn't got scissor doors, has it? It's got proper doors on it.
Proper doors.
There we are.
It's just a real fun car to have.
Yeah, so you use it really for shows, track days.
Yeah, I've done
that sort
a
of
few
thing.
track days. I've had Nobles for the last 15 years.
All right. Okay.
I've done the bigger sports car thing, the Vantage Aston Martin.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, once you've driven a lightweight car, everything else feels really heavy and boring. So I had to go back to a Noble.
So you went back to one of these.
Yeah,
then?
yeah,
Well, it certainly looks nice, and you don't see many around there. They're fairly rare, aren't they?
yep, fairly rare. Yeah, you do get quite a few looks.
Yeah.
A lot of the youngsters never seen them, never
No,
seen
never heard of them.
Noble, so
No.
you get, oh, what's that, mate, sort of comment a lot of the time.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, have you got a bit of luggage space in the front?
No,
Not at
no,
all.
no,
Nothing in there.
no. Behind the
Where'd you put your
seat,
suitcase then?
behind the seats.
Okay. So there's a little bit behind the seats, is
A
there?
little bit behind the seats, underneath the seats, and that's about it.
So this just goes through what is an air.
This is just the radiator.
All right. There you go. So it's just
Yeah,
swoops down to the front, and you've got
Yeah.
your twin fans cooling there
Yeah.
on a radiator at the front.
radiator at the front. Yeah, it's all pretty basic.
Yeah, doesn't it? Well, you'd probably get a couple of bottles of wine in there, couldn't you? On a
Ooh.
trip to France,
Well,
squeeze them in.
no, that's an idea.
I tend to do that. I've got an MGF. Just,
Oh,
there's
right.
A
Well, yeah.
bit more space in the front than
Yeah.
that, but we do put a few bottles of wine around the spare tyre in that.
Well, why not?
So there we are. Lovely. Well, thank
Oh.
you for showing around the car
Thank you
today.
very much. Thank you.
Thanks.